Greetings, Lakers fans. In today's video, we've got a ton of breaking news, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel, where you get daily updates on the latest and most thrilling happenings in sports. If you're a supporter of the Lakers, enjoy basketball, or simply love the excitement of the NBA playoffs, you've come to the right place. Today's conversation is packed with drama, unexpected developments, and pivotal moments that could reshape the playoff picture in the Western Conference. You'll definitely want to stick around because what's unfolding might lead to one of the most exhilarating postseason runs we've seen in years. We've got it all: major wins, shocking losses, last-minute heroics, and potential matchups that could either boost or derail a team's championship hopes. Yes, we'll dive into what all of this means for the Lakers, while also examining the Western Conference landscape as a whole. So, buckle up, this ride is just getting started. While the Lakers didn't have anything major at stake in the standings today, the same couldn't be said for many other teams in the Western Conference. Aside from the top three, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, and the Lakers, every other team was fighting for something critical. Several games were must-wins, and the intensity was off the charts. One of the most captivating stories was the Denver Nuggets, who managed to clinch a win and secure the fourth seed. That's huge. It means they avoid the dreaded play-in tournament, which can be brutally unforgiving. But their win wasn't guaranteed. A single loss could have dropped them as low as 6th or 7th, depending on other results. Imagine that, a team with title aspirations nearly missing the playoffs or getting bounced early in the play-in. That's how competitive the West has been. Now that Denver has locked in the fourth seed, they'll face the LA Clippers in the first round. And if you missed the Clippers game today, it was a wild one. They secured a dramatic overtime victory over the Golden State Warriors, a result that had massive implications. For a moment, it looked like the Warriors might steal the win, which would have shifted the playoff dynamics drastically. But the Clippers showed grit and composure, sending the Warriors into the play-in. Yes, the Warriors, still dangerous with their championship core, now find themselves in the play-in round. It's a surprising twist, but also a reflection of their inconsistent season. As for the Lakers, they now know their first-round opponent, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And to be honest, if I had to choose between facing the Warriors or the Timberwolves, I'd definitely lean toward Minnesota. Not because it's going to be easy, let's be clear, but in terms of matchup dynamics, style, and playoff experience, Minnesota seems like the more favorable option. The Warriors, even with all their regular season ups and downs, can turn it on when it counts, led by Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. They've been through battles and know how to win. On the other hand, the Timberwolves, while very talented, still lack deep playoff experience. Could this be the opportunity the Lakers need for a strong postseason run? Is this the first sign that things are aligning for the purple and gold? Still, we can't overlook Minnesota. They ended the season just one win behind the Lakers, finishing 49-33 compared to LA's 50-32. That alone shows how fierce the competition has been in the West. One rough week could send any team tumbling. Looking back at their head-to-head matchups this season, they split the series 2-2. The Lakers took the first game on opening night, a heartfelt 110-103 win that felt like a statement. But Minnesota struck back hard in the second meeting, routing LA 109-80, a sobering reminder of the adjustments that were needed. Since then, both teams have evolved. The Lakers, in particular, have grown tremendously. Early in the year, the offense revolved heavily around Anthony Davis. And while he's a force on both ends, it became clear that strategy had limitations. Since then, the team retooled, added key pieces, and refined their approach. The question now is, can this more balanced version of the Lakers exploit Minnesota's weaknesses? Some analysts believe that if the Lakers can control the pace and force Minnesota into a slower, half-court game, they could tilt the series in their favor. But much of that depends on the physical and mental readiness of Minnesota's top stars. When those two guys are locked in, the Wolves become a nightmare. Athletic, versatile, and capable of putting up points in bunches. But they've shown inconsistencies, especially under pressure. One of them, in particular, has struggled in playoff moments, and that won't go unnoticed by LA's staff. Could the pressure of a playoff series crack Minnesota's young core? Many are asking if we're about to witness another early playoff exit for them as they continue searching for postseason consistency. The Lakers will try to capitalize. There's a real question floating around. Can Minnesota's youth handle the stress of a high-stakes series? Meanwhile, the rest of the Western Conference is just as fascinating. The top-seeded team still doesn't know its opponent and could face a powerhouse currently navigating the play-in. From my perspective, one team stands out as the likely winner of their opening play-in game, putting the other in a must-win situation under extreme pressure. That team has already faced coaching upheaval late in the season, an unusual move for a playoff-bound squad, and a sign of internal turmoil. If they win and advance, it'll be telling. One storyline to watch is the possibility of a dramatic rematch in the next round. Iconic players facing off again, setting the stage for incredible narratives. But first, the Lakers must handle their own challenge, Minnesota. The Wolves' size is a real problem in the paint. The Lakers will need big contributions from Anthony Davis, especially defensively, protecting the rim, limiting second-chance points. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura must also step up, providing outside scoring and relentless hustle. If the Lakers execute a balanced defensive plan, they could very well win this series, possibly in 5 or 6 games. But Minnesota has their own strategy. Exploit LA's occasional scoring droughts and shaky transition defense. If the Wolves can force turnovers and speed up the pace, they'll be a real threat. This series could come down to who stays mentally tougher and avoids critical mistakes. The margin for error is razor thin in the West this year. That's what makes playoff basketball so compelling. It's not just about talent. It's about grit, focus, and poise under pressure. One area where the Lakers have excelled historically is stepping up in clutch moments. Whether they can do it again is the big question. Coaching will also play a huge role. The Lakers' head coach has faced plenty of scrutiny, but now's the time to show what he's made of. Adjustments, matchups, rotations will all be key. Players like Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt could be X factors. Both have battled injuries, but if they're healthy, they bring essential skills. Vanderbilt's energy and perimeter defense are crucial against someone like Anthony Edwards, while Vincent adds shooting and playmaking off the bench. Depth matters, and the Lakers finally seem to have it. Let's not forget the impact of one legendary player, still elite at 39 years old. His basketball IQ, leadership, and killer instinct elevate the team when it matters most. Expect him to shift into playoff mode immediately. Another star has much to prove. After dealing with injuries and inconsistencies, this is his chance to remind everyone why he's one of the league's most impactful players. If he plays to his potential, the Lakers' chances skyrocket. But championship runs require more than stars. Role players must rise. One can stretch the floor, another can create mismatches, and a third can swing momentum with hustle plays. If even 2 of them break out, it could tip the scale. Minnesota isn't without weapons. One of their young stars is on the rise. Karl Anthony Towns remains one of the most skilled bigs, and Rudy Gobert brings elite defense. They're physical, motivated, and eager to make their mark. This series won't be easy. It'll be a battle. Psychologically, the Lakers have the edge and experience. Minnesota is still learning what it takes. In crunch time, who will stay composed? Game tempo will be huge. The Wolves thrive in transition but struggle in slower, half-court sets. The Lakers must dictate pace, limit fast breaks, and grind out possessions. Strategically, LA must defend the pick and roll effectively. Minnesota will use Towns and Gobert to pull AD away from the rim or create mismatches. Defensive communication must be sharp. Even small mistakes can lead to easy buckets, and in the playoffs, every point matters. Momentum swings, emotional swings, they all shape a series. One big shot, one flagrant foul, one controversial call can change everything. The Lakers must stay poised, especially on the road. No meltdowns, no selfish play. It's to be a long series, maybe 6 or even 7 games. Minnesota has enough talent to push it to the limit. The Lakers must match their urgency every night. No letting up after a win. It's all in, from Game 1 to Game 7 if needed. What do you think? Do you trust the Lakers to take down the Timberwolves? Or do you fear an upset? As a passionate Lakers fan, I'm cautiously optimistic. I know nothing's guaranteed, but if this team stays healthy, locked in, and reaches its full potential, they've got a real shot at a deep playoff run. The stakes are high, the excitement is real, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, in a move that could redefine the future of the franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly zeroing in on one of the brightest young stars in the NBA, Paolo Banchero. The 21-year-old forward, currently dazzling fans in Orlando, has become the subject of serious interest in LA's front office, with sources suggesting that preliminary contact has already been made behind the scenes. For a team that has always thrived on spectacle and star power, Banchero isn't just a fit. He's the kind of generational talent who could anchor the next great Lakers era. Banchero's rise to stardom has been meteoric. After an electric freshman year at Duke, he was selected first overall by the Orlando Magic in 2022 and immediately lived up to the billing. He took home Rookie of the Year honors in 2023, and his sophomore season has only further cemented his place among the league's elite. His performances this season have been nothing short of sensational, from a 33-point, 11-rebound opener against the Miami Heat to a jaw-dropping 50-point night against Indiana. Banchero has repeatedly showcased the kind of offensive dominance that only a handful of players in league history can match. But the road hasn't been without adversity. In late October 2024, Banchero suffered a torn oblique muscle that sidelined him for over 2 months. Remarkably, he returned in early January and picked up right where he left off, posting 34 points against Milwaukee and later delivering another signature night with 36 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists versus Atlanta. The resilience, the fire, the numbers, they've all caught the attention of the Lakers brass, who are believed to be aggressively exploring ways to make the move happen. For the Lakers, the timing couldn't be more crucial. With LeBron James nearing the twilight of his legendary career and Anthony Davis facing perennial health concerns, the franchise is in desperate need of a new cornerstone. Paolo Banchero, with his scoring versatility, physical presence, and ever-growing leadership qualities, fits the mold of what the Lakers envision as their future face. The front office is reportedly willing to put multiple assets on the table: young prospects, future draft picks, and even key rotation players, to create the cap flexibility and trade capital needed to bring Banchero to Hollywood. What happens next will depend heavily on the Magic's willingness to part ways with their young star. Orlando has built its hopes around Banchero and sees him as the centerpiece of its long-term vision. However, pressure could mount if Banchero expresses interest in a bigger market or if the Lakers sweeten the pot beyond what Orlando can reasonably turn down. In a league where star movement defines eras, Paolo Banchero could be on the brink of swapping the Magic Kingdom for the bright lights of LA, setting the stage for the Lakers' next great chapter. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.